Hey, it's Elisa, half Asian Tarot Queen. I'm plugging this Labradorite pendant again that I got from Maji Designs. Put the link in the I'll put the link in the description. But I'm gonna start with Mystical Shaman Oracle, which I've been doing lately because this might be my favorite deck. Also a reminder that it's still March and we're still doing the free reading giveaway. So we've had 2 winners so far, and there's one winner every week. I pick out of the list of subscribers if your identity is visible to me. And yeah, I've got two winners so far, and then there's going to be 2 more. So, you know, all you have to do is subscribe, and you can get picked as one of the winners. So, I'm going to also pull one from this Animal Spirit Animal Oracle, which it's kind of on the newish side of the spectrum. So yeah, I'll pick one of those as well. There's a lot of flux happening in the universe with the whole coronavirus situation. Oh my gosh. It feels like something shifted today though, because it went from like the shock, you know, to like you're starting to see people, you know, crawl out of the hole or just like, you know, take some steps. Like I'm feeling that going around. So it's cool because I feel like this really goes with the oracle cards that have come out. So we've got the Sun, the Heart of Sky, and then the Ant Spirit. So this is interesting because I was talking about like, yeah, I feel like I'm starting to see people starting to crawl out of the hole, you know, and we get the Sun, which this is like, you've been in a cave and you're coming out into the light, you know, and it's just sort of like, yeah, like coming out to face the world and shining your light, you know. It's just sort of like, I will not be broken, you know, like. And then Heart of Sky, it's sort of, it's like you're being a channel for the divine, like you're letting it flow through you, and you know, you're being a channel for this creative life force, you know. And I don't know, like that's kind of what I've been seeing, you know. It's just like things happen, and I mean, but that's like the beautiful part about human beings, you know. It's just like we have this limitless capacity to like reinvent ourselves, and it's like when times get tough, you know, like it can bring out the best in people, you know, because it's just like people are resilient, and it's just like, okay, how are we gonna reinvent ourselves? And like, you know, and this is like a spark that like often it inspires like greatness out of people, you know. And like, and then we got the Ant Spirit, which is all about like time to collaborate. And like I feel like this is a thing that I've been seeing, you know. It's just like people band together and they're like, we're gonna get past this, like we're gonna overcome this. And this is like when community becomes important, you know. And there's been like a lot of beautiful inspiration in that way. I feel like, you know, my friend Colin from Eureka Compass, like, you know, I talked to him. I haven't even talked to him yet, but I've just been seeing his posts on social media, and it's just sort of like, you know, when I talked to him right after this happened, he's like, yep, we're closing. There's no way, like, this can't, you know. But hold on. Sorry, I have a lot of interruptions where I am, but anyways, it was just like, he was just like, no, we're down for the count, like it's over, you know. But then I saw this stuff on social media and like all this love and people coming out to support, and like, and then today I see this post from him, and it's all about, okay, we're regrouping, we're like, we're gonna do something different, and like this is the new plan, you know. And it's just like, yeah, like that's kind of what's been going around, you know, like, and it's beautiful and inspiring to see people rise to the occasion and rise above circumstance, you know. I mean, that's what's beautiful about moments like this, you know, because it's just like when, you know, you kind of see the best in people and you kind of see the worst too, you know, but it's like, it's good when you see the best. So, yeah, like I lived in Seattle. There was this period where there was like the WTO riots and it shut down, you know, the whole city. And then right after that was this like crazy earthquake, and like it was so beautiful how people came together, you know, in that crisis. And yeah, there's a lot of inspiration to be drawn from that. Okay, so at the bottom of this deck, I'm using this Healing Light Tarot because we all could use some healing light right now. We have Temperance, you know, so we're finding balance, and we're not being defeated by this crisis, you know, like we're finding balance, a balanced spot, you know. But we have the King of Swords, Justice, and the Ten of Cups. So it's like, yeah, there's some harsh truths being revealed right now, you know, and like things are changing, and like there's no denying it. Like you gotta face it, you know, like head on. But like there's a certain kind of justice that's being delivered out of this, you know. So it's just sort of like, you know, maybe it's not all bad, you know. It's just sort of like, you know, in a way, this is kind of like a leveler, because it's just like, you know, like with businesses, for example, like Colin, you know, he has this community, this beautiful community around his business, and so like those are the situations that get lifted up after a crisis like this, you know, because, you know, that's where justice comes in. And then we have the Ten of Cups. So it's like there's this new abundance that's rising out of the ashes of what's going on here, you know. So it's like, don't despair and don't give up hope, you know, because there's still possibility out there, you know. And there's a lot of beautiful things that are happening right now. So I'm going to the White Sage Tarot, which this is a deck that was made in Minneapolis, which is where I just came from, and I'm not there right now, but my heart's kind of there in a way, you know. So I'm gonna pull 6 cards from here, just kind of get some sense of where we're at. Like there's definitely flux capacitor, like major period of flux happening, and it's pretty huge. It's, you know, haven't had a flux this big in quite some time, but it's crazy how the collective consciousness can like change on a dime like this, and it's also beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna do one more. Okay. All right, so at the bottom of this deck, oh my gosh. So we have the Four of Wands. So that just came out either yesterday or the day before. And this is like a new foundation, like a new stability. And it's like the marriage, family, commitment card. So there's, you know, there's a new foundation that's coming out of all of this flux. And so then we have the Two of Wands. We have the Eight of Wands. And we have the Page of Cups on the first row. So it's sort of like there's a decision, you know, some harsh truth that's being revealed, and there's a decision that's happening. And it's just like you got to go one way or the other. Like you can't wiffle waffle anymore. Like this is a moment of truth, you know. And like this message is coming in fast, you know, some message of justice. Some wrong being righted, and you know, there's like it's like a message of love coming in, you know. And maybe maybe this is the like baby step that's like gonna usher in this new foundation. But then on the next row we've got the Seven of Swords, the Hierophant, and then we have the Nine of Cups. So that's interesting, as this is a card of deception. So, which is interesting because I was talking about how this harsh truth is being revealed. So somebody hasn't been being honest with themselves or somebody else, and it's just like this situation can't go on anymore. Like we've reached like a point of no return. Like some decisions being made and some shift is happening. And this is leading, well, for one thing, this is like some sort of justice for some long-standing situation. And it's leading to a new commitment because we've got a Hierophant. So that's interesting because we got the Hierophant and we got the Four of Wands. You know, which that kind of indicates some sort of like really big commitment that's coming through, you know. And then we also have the Ten of Cups. And we have this little baby offer of love, so sweet, you know. And then we have the Nine of Cups. So it's like somebody's wish is coming true, you know, in this new era. So that's interesting. I'm going to pull 3 more cards from Healing Light because, yeah, it looks like in the midst of all this flux, you know, it's just like go back and look at the Opportunity and Fear video, you know. It's like that's how the Kennedys rose, you know, to like power. So like don't give up hope that like this is like going to be a really positive change, and like that's what you want to manifest, you know. That's where you want to put your intentions. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. Okay. Oops, we got 2 that fell out. Okay. All right. Okay. So we got the Knight of Wands. So this is that player energy. This is the guy who's like, there's a whole thread about him. This Knight of Wands who's like sort of this Don Juan, and the ladies love him, but he's not super reliable, you know. And it's like maybe he's been deceiving himself about something, but like he's reached this point of no return and he has to make a decision, and some truth is being revealed. So, you know, something significant is happening to this player guy. And then we got this justice being served. You know, some message of justice coming through. And then we got the Hierophant twice. So it's just like, I don't know what's going on, but this is like, you know, commitment, you know. So it's just like, I don't know if like this guy is like stepping into a commitment, because this is like not the guy who normally does that, you know. And I feel like there was a reading a long time ago called Fairy Tale Ending, and it was all about this guy who's like not Mr. Commitment, but he like he was wishing for one. So it's just like, okay, like maybe he's like ready to like settle down. And then we have the Two of Pentacles, which is total card of juggling, and then we have the King of Cups. So it's like there's maybe like this love offer, because it's just like this little timid baby offer, you know. So it's like maybe he's like a little like he's waffling, like maybe he's like a little bit scared to like lay it on the line, you know, like the King of Cups style, like, but like that's what he needs to do to get to this, you know. But he's like, no, I'm scared, you know, which is funny because he's like Mr. Smooth, Mr. Don Juan guy, but like, you know, maybe that's just like a cover, because really what he wants is this, you know. But he's kind of scared, you know. That's kind of cute, you know. It's pretty cute. Okay, so I'm gonna go to Yogic Path and pull a final card to see where we're at. But yeah, like it's kind of cute, like the players getting played, or Or maybe he's settling down. I don't know. But maybe we'll get some insight about it from the yogic path. Okay. All right. We got tapas. It's pretty... I'm not sure if I've gotten this card before. Like, I feel like I have. I'm going to read it to you. Okay. Self-discipline. You've gotten where you are because of your discipline, tapas, and this will continue to take you where you need to go. While discipline sounds like a heavy word, it's really just committing to becoming the highest version of yourself. The next evolvement will require refinement of your inner strength. You are undergoing a deep transformation, stepping outside of your comfort zone, gaining strength, moving through fear. Now is the time to ask yourself the important questions. What practices have I committed to? What practice do I still need to commit to? Is my daily routine serving me? How can I improve it? Where do I need to set boundaries in my life to further align with my truth? Am I showing up for myself the way I would for a friend or a child? Interesting. So it's like, this is a card about like committing to something, you know, and that's interesting because we got all these commitment cards, you know. So it's just sort of like, you know, like maybe he's figured out this game that he's playing isn't really serving him, and maybe it's like kind of holding him back in life, and he's been thinking like, you know what, like maybe I want to commit to something, like maybe I want to grow something, you know, with my life instead of just like going around in a circle, you know, like a yo-yo, you know, like maybe I want to build some stability, you know. It's kind of what it seems like. So yeah, we'll see where that goes, but that's where we're at today. And don't forget to subscribe and enter the contest for the free reading giveaway. Talk to you later.